My name is Ava Myers, and today I'll be talking to you about what bees do for us and what would happen if they went extinct. One of the main reasons we need bees is to pollinate our crops. The foods that we put on our tables every day wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the bees whose whole life is based around pollination and making our foods grow. They pollinate 70 of around the 100 crop species that feed 90% of the world. Honeybees are responsible for $30 billion a year in crops. Farmers build their whole lives around the crops they grow and sell. Their livestock would also suffer, considering the plants they eat would disappear along with the bees. Julie Krasinski had 2 hives. They were roughly 20,000 bees per hive. In the summer, they lost both hives. They think that the bees left because the brush control company didn't notify or ask them if they wanted to opt out of brush control, so they sprayed anyway and the bees left. They don't come back to their original hive. They also had lots of varroa mites. Sometimes the queen leaves with half the colony for no reason. In the winter, they usually have a protein and sugar patty about the size of their box at the top of the hive. Sometimes they wrap the box, but not usually. They stay in that outside. When it gets above 45, some fly out for a bathroom break. They all form a ball around the queen tightly to generate heat and keep warm enough. Possible reasons why bees are disappearing include the loss of flower meadows, the crab-like varroa mites that feeds on their blood, climate change, and use of pesticides. Beyond plants, many animals, such as beautiful bee-eater birds, would lose their prey in the event of a die-off, and this would also impact natural systems and food webs. We may lose all the plants that bees pollinate, all the animals that eat those plants, and so on up the food chain, which means a world without bees could struggle to sustain the global human population of 7 billion. Our supermarkets would have half the amount of fruit and vegetables. Prices for half amount of fruits and vegetables would increase significantly. People wouldn't be able to afford the fruits and vegetables eaten every day. They wouldn't be able to get the carbohydrates from the fruits and vegetables and the healthy food they need. This would affect the economy because people wouldn't be able to afford the foods that they need, which would mean less money circulation. Neonicotinoid residues found in pollen and nectar are consumed by flower-visiting insects such as bees. Direct contact from foliar applications of the most toxic neonicotinoids has caused bee kills. Additionally, foliar residues on plants' surfaces may remain lethal to bees for several days. Colony collapse disorder is an abnormal phenomenon that occurs when the majority of worker bees in a honeybee colony disappear, leaving behind a queen, plenty of food, and a few nurse bees to care for the remaining immature bees. This can happen when the climate changes, when a part of the hive breaks, or when pesticides are sprayed in the area or near the hive. Bees are more than a few stings and annoying little buzzing insects. They are the reason this planet still exists the way it does. They are the reason we have food on our table and different options to prepare it and buy it. They are the reason we have an economy and that we have a way to help the money circulate. Without bees, our economy would no longer be stable. We'd have no food, and the animals we eat and the crops we eat would no longer be available.